So now you finish with your video. And now what? What do you do next? Okay, so we're gonna do some editing, but I want the editing to be simple. And I'm doing it in this format because I wanted you to see how easy it is to do it directly from your phone. I was gonna screen share on my Mac and I thought, no, let me just record from one phone to the other so they can see how it's truly done using just my fingers on my phone. So I want you to get ready and go to your CapCut app. And if you haven't downloaded it, then pause this video and go ahead and download it. Once it's downloaded, I want you to open up your app and we'll start from there. All right, next step. Like I explained, I'm doing a phone-on-phone recording because I want you to see how easy it is, and because I'm going to be using my fingers for you to see what I'm doing. If I screen share, you won't be able to see what I'm doing with my fingers, so I decided let's just do it this way to make it easier. So let's first start with CapCut app. You're going to open up your CapCut app, then we're going to choose some videos to download. So let's do a new project, and I think I'm going to do my walk day that I started with, and that's actually the day that I started working on legs. So there we go. So I'm going to incorporate when I'm walking. I'm going to add that, and then I'm also going to add a stop. All right, so I'm going to start the video so you can see what I'm talking about in regards to pauses and words that I have used repetitively. So let's start it.
Okay, walk, 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 walk. So who else is on a kick of walking? Comment below and let me know.
All right, so you're going to see that there was a lot of different pauses, and I don't want to have too many pauses. So what I'm going to go do now is I'm going to edit through transcript as opposed to manually editing. What this does, it will save us a little bit of time because it will get rid of all the pauses and all the repetitive words that we might say, or like the ums. So let's start. On the edit, we're going to go over to where it says transcript, and we're going to click on that. So let's go to the transcripts right here. And it's getting all the transcriptions of the areas that it's going to recommend for us to delete. And we can decide if we want to have them all deleted or just some of them. I normally delete all the areas that it requests, only because a lot of them are mainly pauses. So as you can see here, it's telling us there's 38 words. It's not necessarily 38 words. It is words that are like, okay, repetitive words. So you're going to see that here. And these little parentheses are normally the pauses. And so it'll take the pauses out for you and delete them. All right, so now that we have deleted through the transcript, before I get out of this, in the very bottom, you're going to see a feature which says eye contact. I normally use those when I'm doing like a talking head and I take my eyes off of the camera. That way, the eye contact remains. In this instance, we're not going to use it because there really isn't any eye camera contact on this video. So let's proceed. If we go back now, we can see that all of the areas were deleted that needed to be, at least through the transcripts. Now we're going to do it manually. So what we want to do is we want to go back. As you can see, these are the areas that we deleted, right? So I just want to make sure you're aware of that. And then up here in the top, we're going to go back to our video, and I want you to see the difference. There's not going to be those pauses that we had. So let's start.
Walk. So who else is on a kick of walking? Comment below and let me know. Tell me what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, what your wins are. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so now we're getting to a different section now. We're going to the second video, which the second video is of me stopping to see a horse in our neighborhood, because believe it or not, kids ride their horses here, not their bikes. It's a very cute neighborhood. I'm going to go ahead and click on the edit here to edit manually now. So I'm going to continue with my video so you can see where I want to edit.
Look what I found.
Okay, as you see, you can hear in the background, it's actually my mother speaking, and it's actually me giving her instructions on what to do. So we're going to go ahead on this, and we're going to go back to delete the area where my mother is speaking, because she doesn't realize that she's actually also recording already. So I'm going to go back to here and decide where we're going to stop, pause it. So we'll probably pause it about right after the walk, and we'll go ahead and edit here because that's where we're going to cut. So we're going to split there. So we're going to delete that. I want to delete all this whole area until I'm actually by the horse. So I'm going to go ahead and edit again, and I'm going to delete. And that's where I'm by the horse, but I think you can still hear my mom in this part of the video. So let's look and see. Split. So edit, split, delete. Okay, let's see where we're at right there. Probably just bring it in more. See what happens there.
Look what I found on my walk. What a beautiful horse. Yes, pretty horse. All right, back to my walk.
All right, take care. You guys have a good day.
You too.
That's the whole video. Now we're going to add a couple of things to the video just to teach you how to do them. So just to recap, for the edits, we did transcript edits and we did manual edits. Okay, the next feature I like to use a lot are effects. And the reason for it is because when I'm transitioning from one type of video to another, there's that like break in between, and I don't like the way that looks, as you're going to see right here.
Look what I
see, like that break. So in order to make it seem like, I don't know, a little bit more fun, add a little bit of flair to it, I will transition my videos by an effect. So I click on the bottom where it says effects, and I go to video effect, and then I can do that. I like that little fire, or I like the zoom lens. So let's do the zoom lens. So we do the zoom lens.
Look what I found on my walk. What a beautiful
So
horse. Yes, pretty.
as you can see, it's zoomed in and out. So let's see how it looks like when we run the videos together. So remember the check mark, you're accepting it. And now we're going to go back a little bit and then click on take the pause off so the video can continue.
Let's talk about it. Look what I found on my walk. What a beautiful horse.
Okay, so you can see that zooming effect, it switched the video and it just made it look nicer than it looking like we were trying to just stick videos together. All right, next feature introduce you to is this feature. So if you click that, the reason why I like this feature is because if you feel your video is a little too dark, too light, you need more contrast, or you just need to fix it up a little bit for the video quality to be a little different, then we click on that. And then I like to go to, first and foremost, the clarity. Click on the clarity. This little round button down here allows you to move it back and forth, okay? Do you see how much more like sharper it looks when you move it? All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and also, so I'm gonna do the check mark and accept it. Then I'm gonna go back and do the adjustment again, and this time I'm gonna go into the brightness. So bright, I wanna brighten it up because I felt it's a little like on the dark side, so I'm gonna brighten it by bringing it over. Not too bright, but that looks a little better. We use our fingers to scroll all the way to the end. The second to the last one is the stickers. So let's click on stickers. And because we're walking, let's put the word walk in the search bar, as you can see up here, and we're gonna search it. And it's showing little emojis, little people walking. I like this heart one, so I'm gonna use that one.
So
Okay?
who else is on a kick?
So now, anytime you use any kind of emoji or sticker, you can play with it and make it bigger, right? Smaller, you can move it around the screen, and you use your fingers to do that. And this is the main reason I'm showing you this way instead of screen sharing, because if I screen share with you, you're not gonna be able to see all this. So that's how we do it. Now you click out of it, and now you're gonna cancel out of here. You're canceling because now you've picked your little emoji or your sticker and you're done. So you need to cancel out of here. Now, once you cancel out of here, the other thing you want to do is you want to click on the check mark. And the reason for it is because that gets you back to your video. So your little sticker here, as we start, you're going to see.
Walk. So who else is on a kick of walking?
Now, see how my little sticker went away? I don't want it to go away. I want it to be on throughout my whole walking part of the video. So I'm going to click on here. And what I do is you use your finger to drag this all the way to the right to where about right before the horse. Okay? So now if I turn on my video, you will see that it's throughout the whole
So
time.
who else is on a kick of walking? Comment below and let me know. Tell me what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, what your wins are. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so now that you know how to do a sticker, then let's get to the next feature. So right here at the very end, when I'm going to continue my walk after pausing to say hello to the horse, I'm going to add some text here just so you can see how we do this. Normally I wouldn't probably add something here, but I'm just going to do it for the sake of showing you how to add text. So you're going to go to the bottom, and where it says text, you're going to click on text. And then in the bottom here, you can do add text, right? And then it gives you a little text window that you can add something to. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add, just put hope your walk is healing. Okay, now this is, you can make it smaller, you can make it bigger, and you can change the fonts by clicking fonts here. It'll give you the different fonts available. Now, on the free version, you cannot use anything that has any of these little purple diamonds. So let's use Poppins. I like Poppins. That's kind of cute. Like this freehand, that's kind of cute if you make it bigger. And then you can actually change the color by going to Style. And this is where you can click on the different styles that they have. Make it bigger or smaller. Make it pop out with different colors. Okay, you could also add effects and animation. So let's go to the animation so you can see what that looks like. So let's just say you wanted it to bounce up. See, that's one thing you can do. Now we go to the effects. We can do something like this. Use this. Well, I'm going to use one that doesn't have. There we go. So you just have to make sure that if you have the free version for now until you get used to it and you want to upgrade to the paid version, which just gives you more bells and whistles. Those are the purple little diamonds you see on the side. Now you could also change the colors. Like let's just say, well, I'm not into yellows. You can click on blue here. It'll give you blue artwork. Okay. So you can use the different artwork that it has. They have bubbles up here. And these bubbles are for like if you're speaking, right? So we can do something like that. Something like that. So that's more kind of letting the audience know you're speaking. Obviously, you click out of the box to get rid of the, I guess we have to accept it first. So we would accept it. And then we click out of the box. And the last feature that I'm going to go over with you is going to be the feature of captions. Why do we want to use the captions? Because if people do not have their volume on, they're not going to hear what you're saying, and it's not going to be as interesting for them to stay on your video. And this way we can capture them, even if it's just visually and through your captions. Now, my captions are the paid version. So I'm going to go to one that is not a paid version. Here's one. This one's cute. I like this one. And we click on it, and then we're going to generate. So it's going to generate captions throughout the whole video. Now, I didn't edit every part of the video. I edited the first part. So you're going to see that there are words that I repeat in the second part of the video where the horse is. For just intents and purposes of just showing the different features, that's what I went through with you. So let's check and see how this whole video flows together now that it's ready to upload.
Walk. So who else is on a kick of walking? Comment below and let me know. Tell me what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, what your wins are. Let's talk about it. Look what I found on my walk. What a beautiful horse. Yes, pretty horse.
Okay, let's pause there because I said pretty horse, like he's pretty, you know, like beautiful, but on my captions it said Freddy horse. That's not what I meant to say. So we're going to change the verbiage there, and I'm going to click on that, and just that word alone I'm going to change. So I'm going to change that here, and I'm going to change that to pretty, P-R-E-T-T-Y. Sometimes our words don't come out as clear on the video as how we say them, or it can just be my accent, right? Okay, so now it changed it. So we're going to continue with the video so you can hear it.
All right, that's my mom.
All right, take care. You guys have a good day.
And you too.
And there we go. Now, this is the last part. You're going to export. So you want to go to the top. You're going to export. Okay. Now the exporting, depending on how long your video is, will determine how long it takes. As you can see, it's pretty quickly. So it's not taking a long time to upload what we just did. Now, this is the section I want you to be aware of. If you're uploading to TikTok, it's okay to upload from here. But if you're not uploading to TikTok, I wouldn't recommend it. And the reason for it is because it'll give you the CapCut logo if you do it that way. This way, if you download it to your phone, there's a couple of other things you can manipulate, and I'll show you that next. Now, when it comes to uploading the video at this point, I would go back to where I saved it. There's my video that I saved, okay? And from here is where I would click the little upload button and upload it. Let's just say I'm going to upload it to Instagram. I would click on Instagram. And what I want to do from here is, let's just say I want to do it as a story. So I'm going to click on story.
So who else is on a kick of walking?
I'm going to go back.
How are you going to let me know? Tell me what.
When you decide to upload it, I would always suggest also that you use the music from Instagram or Facebook. And I'm going to tell you the reason for it. Because not all the music that is in the CapCut is allowed on the Instagram or even on YouTube.
So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope that you will take action. If you need further help, further encouragement, I have a link below. Click on it and let's get on a call. And let me also know, comment below and let me know if there's additional information you would like to know on how to edit on CapCut, and I will do further tutorials. I would like to invite you to my workshop. The dates have not been set yet, but I do have a wait list. Below you will find all the details, and let's get your journey started. Also, if this video was informative, please subscribe and like so that I can continue to do more of these. And have a blessed day. Let's go, ladies.